achieving goals and being productive. Anything you're doing, even though when I'm doing assignments, I sit down and jobs are still out there. There are so many free avenues that people are using in the wrong way. For me, I didn't sit down and make that list. I didn't sit down and make that list. So I was just kind of just all over the place. Success ended up finding me, yes, and I ended up achieving success, yes, but it wasn't out of yes, this is where I want to be and this is where I'm gonna go. I literally anywhere I went, I did my best. That's simply it. I applied my diligence. I applied hard work because I'm naturally a hard worker. I'm so determined not to fail at always. People think I'm naturally talented, but what happened is that I am somebody who checks my work 10 times because I'm so afraid of doing bad, if you know what I mean. When it comes to achieving goals and being productive, anything you're doing, even though when I'm doing assignments, I sit down and I make my list either for the week or for the day, what I'm going to do, or you just make a list for your life, the things them that you want to achieve. I eventually did that, and on it was Festival Queen, actually. I put on it that I wanted to join the army, which I did, and then I came out. I put on it that I wanted to be festival queen, which I did. I put on it that I wanted my master's, which I'm trying to do now. There are certain things. So I have a life list. Eventually, I made that life list. So sometimes you can make a life list, and sometimes you can make a month list. Sometimes you can make a week list, or you can make a day list. If you want to stay productive, my advice to you is to make a list. What you need to do though in making that list, if you are a godly person like me and Crystal and want to feel the joy of God, is that don't be so rigid about your life list, because sometimes God has a different plan for you. And if you hold on to that list so tightly that you're not allowing yourself to be led from God, you're going to miss something great in your life. If you have a job interview, for argument's sake, but you have to do the job interview through Zoom, don't treat it like, oh my gosh, I have a job interview through Zoom. No, treat it like a normal job interview, like you're showing up at the place. Create the environment. Get up and get dressed. Do not put on half a clothes and then get up by accident and then you have on the suit up here and nothing down there. Do not do that. Put on your makeup. Set up yourself. Put your everything that you could possibly need in front of you. And here's a trick. Nobody can see what is in front of you. So how about you make points and kind of paste it up where nobody can see it in front of you, if you know what I mean. So they're gonna ask something like, tell me about yourself, Victoria. How about you do a little mock-up and put it in front of your laptop so you can almost read off of it, because who is seeing that you have a paper in front of you? How about you come up with mock questions, like something like, what is your weakness? Have little points put down in front of you that you can. Don't make it be a full write-up, because if you read from it, then you'll probably sound too stiff. But you have points to kind of remind you to do this and to do that. That's the beauty of doing an interview on Zoom. Just like how you would approach school any other way, you would study, you would dedicate your time, you would show up to class, do the same thing. There are so many free avenues that people are using in the wrong way. Because what lots of people don't understand is that everything you post on your social media says something about you. Use it to your advantage. Facebook is free, Instagram is free, LinkedIn is free, TikTok is free. All of these social media platforms are free. WhatsApp, when you put up your statuses, how about you advertise who you are? My next point, let your work speak for you as well. And I've gotten job offers just through newspaper spreads. So you have to be aware of what you put out in the world. And if you are interested in a certain career, in a certain field, Put it out there. If you want to market yourself, if you're serious about whatever field you want to be in, use these platforms that are available to you, one, and let your work speak for itself. Jobs are still out there. Go out, buy yourself a newspaper, and you will see that the jobs are still out there. Just the other day, I had to tell my friend that she was just like, she's hating her job, they're cutting her pay and everything. And I said, well, apply for another one. And she's like, there's nobody hiring right now. I'm like, are you crazy? I've gotten job offers since I've been stuck in the US in the middle of COVID and can't even accept it. So jobs are still out there. Apply. And she applied, and within 3 weeks after we spoke, she was working on another job, just like that. I got offered a job through LinkedIn, didn't apply for it. It gets stuck in the United States during the middle of COVID, and this is a huge company in Jamaica, and they contacted me through LinkedIn.
What would you say are the 3 things that every successful person would have in common?
1, perseverance. You don't stop even when obstacles are put in front of you, you push through. 2, a broad back. You must have a broad back to be successful in anything. You have to learn to take criticisms, because people will just see you and not like you, always, sometimes for no reason. And if you don't have a broad back, you will cripple, you will crumble under that kind of criticism. And the 3rd thing I would say is willingness to learn. You must always be willing to learn and grow. Who would have known that we would have been in a pandemic like this? And you have to adjust. You have to adjust to the time. And if you're not willing to adapt and willing to learn and willing to transform yourself and your business or anything you're doing, you will be left behind. I'll give you 2 bonus. If you want to be successful, you have to learn time management. Everybody who's successful has to break down their days, because if you can't make everything else in life stop while you're trying to achieve this goal. You have to know that you have to manage your time, that you can get the best out of it. And the bonus that I would tell people that is extremely important is be careful who you surround yourself with. Circle is very, very important. So you have to be careful who you're spending your time with and what they're depositing in you. You have to be careful that you're influencing people and the wrong people are not influencing you. Yes, there is a pandemic happening, yes, but life is still happening. And once you have life, just apply yourself, because COVID will be with us for a while, but then it will eventually go. So don't throw away the principles that has brought you through everything else.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. If you enjoyed what I had to share, I'd appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone else who may be able to find it helpful. So looking forward to talking to you on my Facebook account and on my Instagram account. I'm also looking forward to reading your comments down below. Until next time, take care, keep safe, and every day aim to be better, to do better, and to live your best life.